Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be giving my pre-thoughts on the 2020 XXL Freshman cover. And so what I mean by pre-thoughts is I'm just going to give my opinion on each of the artists that was selected and say how I think they're going to do in the freestyle, and then after that I'm going to say what I want the cypher groups to be. So the way I did this was for the people I already heard, I just went ahead and jotted down my opinion of them. For the people who I had not heard of before the cover, I went and I listened to their #1 song on Spotify so that I could get just a general opinion of their style before I made my opinions for this list. I will say overall that I think this is going to be a really good year for XXL, which is definitely a highlight with all the other stuff going on in the world right now. So I'm going to start off with the first artist, and that's going to be Polo G. Now I've heard Pop Out from him, and I've heard a few snippets of some other things, and I think that I really like his style. I like the New York drill sound. And I think he'll have a good freestyle. I think he'll be able to carry himself well lyrically and delivery-wise to not be boring and, trash. So for the next artist that I have heard of, it would be NLE Choppa. I heard Shada Flow by him, and I heard the one with Blueface. I like his aggression a lot. I think it really sets him apart, and it makes him really fun to listen to. And I think because of his aggression, he will have a really good freestyle as well. And I'm excited to hear it. The next guy is going to be Lil TJ. So he definitely has a really unique voice, I'll say that. And I've heard a few things with him and Pop Smoke, and then he's on Popped Out with Polo G as well. And I think because of his voice and because I like the overall style of the music he makes, that I am expecting him to have a pretty good freestyle. I don't know if he's going to sing or if he's going to rap, but I think either way that his will be solid. Next up is Rod Wave. I heard of him. I've listened to a few things. I've listened to oh man. I've listened to Rags to Riches. I've listened to a few things with him and Kevin Gates. I think I really like his singing voice, and I think if he sings in his freestyle, that it'll definitely be good. It'll kind of might have a P&B rock kind of vibe to it, where it's singing but kind of rapping, but maybe he'll probably tell a story with it, and that'll be really good. And I'll be disappointed if this is bad. And then the last person that I have heard of is Jack Harlow. I've heard the original version of What's Poppin', and then I've heard the big remix with DaBaby, Tory Lanez, and Lil Wayne. He's got a lot of charisma. He kind of reminds me of DaBaby, at least from that song. I think he'll have a great freestyle as long as he does not do what DaBaby did for his freestyle, which is have absolutely zero charisma during it. I'm very disappointed last year. I think Jack Harlow will do good in his as long as he brings his usual energy. All right, now we're gonna get into the artists that I did not know before seeing them on the cover. This first one, I do have a song with him on my phone. I just never heard anything solo from him, and that is Fabio Foreign. So I listened to his #1 song on Spotify as the one with Young Ma. He's got a really nice sound. He fits in well with people like Polo G and Lil TJ. He does the drill music. Because of those reasons, I think just like them, that he'll have at the very least a nice solid freestyle. The first guy who I definitely did not hear of, or at least I haven't heard any music from, is Callboy. His voice is pretty good. I like him. I like the singing style that he had a lot too. And I think that he'll have a pretty good freestyle. I think him and Rod Wave will be kind of in the same lane with a good singing freestyle, like P&B Rock or like Amine before did some singing in the end of his. I think I'm bringing up all people from 1 year, but I think he'll be good. I was impressed by him. Next is the only artist on this list that I was actually kind of like with, and that is going to be Little Keed. It's just his style and the sound of his voice for me. I'm just not a fan of it. I think because of his voice that I probably won't enjoy his freestyle, and maybe his style as well. But he could surprise me. It just depends on how he does. I have low expectations for him because of just his style in general. So I might be surprised because of that. But I'm hoping he does good. I'm just not expecting him to. Next up is Chica. Never heard of her until I saw her on the list. But let me just go ahead and say she's my favorite on the list so far. I listened to Songs About You, their #1 song on Spotify. And lyrically, she's great. Delivery-wise, she's great. A lot of charisma, a lot of, it's just she was a pleasant surprise, and I think her freestyle will be amazing. I am going to be severely disappointed if hers is bad. or she opts to not do one. I think a few people did that last year. After Chica is going to be Baby Keem. I like the song I listened to. I listened to what is it? Orange juice, orange something, orange soda. He's got a pretty nice style. His writing's pretty funny, but also is still good. His delivery is good and confident. I expect him to do well. Just the energy. If he brings the energy that I heard on Orange Soda, then it should be a good freestyle. After Baby Keem, we have Mulatto. She actually impressed me. I listened to Realest Bitch in the South or Bitch of the South, something like that, and it was pretty good. I like her aggression, just like NLE Choppa, and her writing and everything was pretty good too. And I kind of see her as a baby Megan Thee Stallion, who did phenomenal last year. So Mulatto follows in her footsteps. She'll be doing phenomenal as well. And finally, we have the 10th spot winner, 24K Golden. I did not expect to hear what I heard when I listened to City of Angels, which is his #1 song. But it was pretty good. Definitely different. He's way different than everyone else on the list, at least from the songs I compare. But I still think he's pretty good, and I think that he's got a really good chance to have a really nice, solid freestyle. So as far as freestyles go, I think they'll all be good except for Little Keeds, who I think still has potential to surprise me. I just have really low expectations for him. So not saying he's bad. I only have listened to one song of him. I just wanted this to be a nice, quick pre-thoughts video. I may hear more stuff from Little Kid and really love it. I just didn't like his #1 song on Spotify. So now we'll get down to the ciphers, and what I'm going to do is just split them up into groups of 4, since there's 12 of them, and say what I think the best groups of 4 would be in my opinion. So for group #1, I would love to have Polo G, NLE Choppa, Fabio Foreign, and Jack Harlow. This one, Polo G, Fabio, there's the drill sound, which is aggressive in its own way. NLE is aggressive. Jack Harlow's got kind of smooth charisma that can kind of sound aggressive in a DaBaby way. And I think all 4 of them together would just be really nice. It would have a nice overall sound. It'd probably sound like a real song. And sometimes I think that's what the ciphers should be. So group 1, again, for me would be Polo G, NLE Choppa, Fabio Foreign, and Jack Harlow. Cypher group #2 for me, I would put Rod Wave, Chica, Little TJ, and Cowboy. So this one I think would be just as good as the previous one, but for like completely different reasons. I feel like this one would be more of a serious one. Rod Wave, Cowboy, and even Little TJ could sing and bring kind of an emotional story to it. And Chica herself could do a lyrical thing and be more kind of like YBN Cordae did, where he was more serious with his stuff. So I think that would actually blend really well together and sound like an actual track, should be really nice. And that would be 2 great ciphers for me right there. So again, cipher group #2, Rod Wave, Chica, Little TJ, and Cowboy. It would be really good. And so for cipher group #3, that leaves Baby Keem, Mulatto, 24K Golden, and Little Keed. This one, I think, aside from Keed, would still blend really well. I think Baby Keem, Mulatto, and 24K Golden all have the potential to have a nice, upbeat, funny, happy sound, but also kind of aggressive with Mulatto, maybe Keem. And then Little Keed could maybe throw in like a hook, like August Alsina, or maybe he'll do something different and surprise me and sound really good on it, like Blueface. Blueface was actually really good in his cipher last year. Personally, I wasn't sure where to put Little Keed. It was either going to be in this group or in group A, but I decided to put him here. So yeah, this group is Baby Keem, Mulatto, 24K Golden, and Little Keed. So that's it for my ciphers. Overall, I think this is going to be a great year for Double XL. I think it'll be better than last year. We've got no Little Mosies, no YK Osiris's. So I'm very excited, and I can't wait for the freestyles to start dropping. Thank you guys for watching, and you can stay tuned with my channel as the Double XL content drops, because I will be keeping up with it and giving you content about it. I'll be reviewing freestyles, I'll be reviewing ciphers, and when everything's over, I'll be ranking everything as a whole. So stick with me, and thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.